Hello, sheepdogs. Tonight we're diving into the murky waters of global censorship. Buckle up because it's about to get Orwellian. We're talking about a world where Big Brother is always watching. See, G20 countries are cracking down on what they call disinformation and hate speech. Now, on the surface, that might sound reasonable. After all, who wouldn't want to curb the spread of false information? Who wants to live in a world full of lies and hatred, right? A world where our children are exposed to harmful content. But here's the catch: one person's disinformation is another person's inconvenient truth. And that's where things get tricky. And let's be honest, hate speech is often used as a catch-all term to silence any dissenting voices. Voices that challenge the status quo. It's a slippery slope, folks. Once we start down this path, it's hard to turn back. The scary part is these censorship laws are often framed as efforts to protect us, to keep us safe from harm. They'll say it's about keeping children safe online or preventing the spread of harmful content. Noble goals indeed. But scratch beneath the surface and you'll find a more sinister agenda at play. An agenda that seeks to control what we see, hear, and ultimately think. Section 2, the digital ID agenda. A wolf in sheep's clothing. One word: digital IDs. These are not just a futuristic concept. They are becoming a reality faster than we might think. Remember that dystopian sci-fi movie you watched where everyone had a microchip implanted under their skin? It seemed far-fetched, right? Yeah, we're not far off. The technology is already here and it's being integrated into our daily lives in ways we might not even notice. Governments around the world are pushing for these digital identification systems, and it's not just about convenience or security. It's all tied to this censorship push. The more they can monitor, the more they can control. Think about it. Once you have a digital ID linked to all your online activity, every click, every search, every post is logged. It becomes that much easier to track and control what you say and do online. Your digital footprint is no longer private.
Take the UK, for example. Their government is leading the charge with new regulations. Their shiny new Online Safety Act sounds lovely on paper. It promises to make the internet a safer place. Protecting kids from harmful content? Sign me up. But there's more to it than meets the eye. But dig a little deeper and you'll find provisions for age verification on social media. This isn't just about safety. That means the government will know exactly who's accessing what content online. It's a surveillance tool in disguise.
And let's not even get started on Canada's Bill S-210, which is even more invasive. It basically turns the internet into one giant surveillance network. Every move you make online is watched and recorded.
Section 3, criminalizing offense, a slippery slope. Here's another fun fact. In some countries, you can actually go to jail for saying something mean online. I'm not talking about credible threats or incitement to violence. I'm talking about insults, jokes, things your drunk uncle might post on Facebook after one too many eggnogs.
Over in the UK, people are being locked up for offensive tweets. Meanwhile, in Germany, you can get arrested for calling a politician an idiot. Look, I'm not saying we should all be jerks to each other online, but when you start criminalizing words, you set a dangerous precedent.
Section 4, where do we go from here? A call to action. It's time to take a stand and make our voices heard. So what can we do about this whole censorship mess? How do we fight back against the forces that seek to silence us? Well, for starters, we need to wake up and realize what's at stake. Our freedom, our rights, and our ability to speak our minds are all on the line. Freedom of speech isn't just some abstract concept. It's a fundamental right that affects every aspect of our lives. It's the bedrock of a free and open society. Without it, we lose the ability to challenge authority and hold power to account.
We need to hold our elected officials accountable and demand transparency. They work for us, and we have the right to know what they're doing. We need to support organizations that are fighting for our digital rights. These groups are on the front lines, defending our freedoms. And most importantly, we need to keep talking about this issue. Conversations spark change, and change starts with awareness. Because the moment we stop talking is the moment we lose our voice. Silence is not an option. We must be vocal and persistent.
That's it for tonight, folks. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and for the love of all that is holy, stay off Twitter. Remember, your voice matters.